We are Journals Out Loud. I'm your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of wise and wonderful young people. We're here to talk about all the stuff in life that matters and makes you want to be alive.
I've been out there wandering.
I've been in here wondering.
I always want to hula.
We could hula.
When I hear this song, all I want to do is hula.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
We've got Jilly, we've got Shira, we've got Merx,
Hello.
and we have Tara.
And
So we have a
Lana.
few people that aren't here, and then we have a couple of new people who are here. And Merx is one of my comedy students in
Hi
Santa
there.
Barbara, and he drove up from Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Or he drove down,
Down,
down
technically,
around,
yeah.
and then around a corner, and then here you are. And then Shira, I guess Jilly, you guys knew each other
We're
from.
longtime friends.
Yeah.
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 I'm so happy she's here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have like pictures of us as like little babies together.
I'm so jealous.
We need that for next
I'm
week.
jealous that we don't have pictures like that together.
She's just jealous because no one took her picture when she was a baby, so
Yeah.
would have been nice, you know.
That was a really cute
Sorry.
baby, I was told. Never saw.
There must be. If you have a baby picture of Tara, please send it to the show. Please give us a call at 888-537, or what's our number? 888-531.
It's like, that's
I just leave out numbers. Just
like, that's not
randomly
it.
hit numbers till the phone rings. 888-531-7171.
You know my mom watches this. Sorry, just
I
saying.
know.
Like
Hi,
she
Mom.
could literally just send it in right now.
She should.
She should.
What's a good email for her to send that to? No, I don't. I'm not, well, we'll have to.
You literally was
Making
just gonna
pretty
say I don't
in-depth,
care.
We'll arrange. Yeah, tweet at us.
Yeah.
Hashtag Journals Out Loud. Hey, Jilly, you've been cruising, huh?
I was with Oprah.
Right.
I like to say it in the most like not I like to be like, oh, I was on a vacation. What did I say the other day? And somebody was like, what? I was like, oh, I was in Alaska with Oprah. And somebody was like, oh, you just like went on vacation with her? And I was like, uh-huh, which is not what happened.
Well, that's good to know because Merx and I stopped by and she wasn't home, so now she's okay.
That's why. Yeah, no,
Right.
she was with
It was our
me.
Monday brunch.
Yeah.
Right?
It was our brunch day, yeah.
Your weekly thing. And no,
Mhm.
she was with me. Sorry to have interrupted your plans. No, so she was with me, and no, my mom called me about 3 weeks ago. She loves a little spontaneity, and she was like, I was watching OWN, and I think we should go on a cruise. And I was like, when? And she was like, in 3 weeks, or I guess it was like 2 weeks, I don't know. And I was like, okay, really? And she was like, yeah, I think it'd be really fun. And I was like, what kind of a cruise? And she's like, it's an Oprah cruise. And I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, it's going to change our lives. And I was like, you're still not telling me what it means. And she was like, I was like, where does it go? She was like, I don't know. Alaska. And I was like, Alaska is a whole state. And like literally was giving me no information except she kept saying like, it's the adventure of your life. And like literally just saying taglines.
Cut
of the
to
cruise.
Jilly on a cruise with Oprah. We have some
Literally.
photographic
so
evidence.
I have some pictures to take you through. So we literally show up knowing nothing. Everyone's like, where are you going? Literally don't know the ports until we show up, which is kind of part of the adventure. So here's, we show up and they have this like fun Oprah magazine thing where we got to like, everyone got a shirt when you showed up. So it was like, you get a shirt and you get a shirt and you get a shirt. So it was so fun.
Nice.
So we got these like fun shirts, and that's my mom and I. Was just us, and we actually knew one of the speakers. That's kind of the extent of what we knew.
Mm-hmm.
So we later found out there was like a partnership with O Magazine and Holland America. So everything was like O Magazine inspired, which was like super fun. So that's us with our shirts and Oprah.
Right.
So, you know, we took a picture with Oprah. That's kind of like what I mean.
Manda.
So every night when we got back to our room, she left us a present.
She is so thoughtful.
She's so thoughtful. A present and an inspirational quote. Because she's Oprah. So
I
somebody made a
can't.
joke that it was like Hanukkah. It was like I forgot how she put it, but it was like Hanukkah but with Oprah. So every night
Hanukkah.
yes. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, or something. I don't know. Somebody
There's
said
so
it
much
really
you can
funny.
do with that.
But it was like we got like a visor one night, we got a water bottle, and it was so exciting. And she gave us like a quote, and it was like so cute. And she was like our cruise director, and it was so cute. And so that night we got a journal, and it was amazing. Okay.
Wait,
A
what were the
journal.
quotes? What were the
So
quotes?
Yeah, what are
let's
some
see,
quotes?
I have some pictures, but it was
Inspirational,
like,
Merx.
I'll tell you. Hold on.
It changed your life, right?
Oh, I have so many quotes, but here's just one that she left on the pillow, because you know we need to just be inspired all the time, guys. Hold on. She said,
Use your life.
no.
No?
$1,000 donation to Oprah is the path to happiness.
Why do I not
She
have it?
said,
I will find it. in a second. Hold on.
She
What's-
said, I love it when
so
we're
every
cruising
morning-
together.
Yeah, I have them at the end. But so every morning they had yoga and meditation. And so I thought it was going to be freezing because we were in Alaska and it was like up on the pool deck. So I just had like a hoodie on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wore this frat shirt and everyone's wearing like these little things that say like, live your best life and like strong, like strength and like all of these like inspirational like quotes that are like really meaningful. And I realize we get up there and I'm so hot because it's covered, like the pool is covered and I'm dressing like I'm going like on a glacier. And I'm like, Mom, I can't take my thing off. Like I'm wearing a frat shirt that says like live ever, die never, like Phi Kappa Psi. Like I can't, like, this is so embarrassing. And she's like, just
It was a
take it off,
clashing
whatever.
quote.
And I'm like, oh my God. So that's me in my frat shirt, like with my mom, whatever. And so, but it was really great. We did yoga and meditation and everyone did it. And it was like 200 people every morning. So that's us. That's me in Juneau, Alaska in a parka because it was freezing, even though my mom said to bring shorts and sundresses. Thank goodness I didn't listen to her and brought a parka. But it was beautiful there. I saw bears.
Wow.
But we went to a bear rescue, like a bear like rehabilitation center. But guys, like Alaska's crazy. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, it's actually
It
like,
really
wow.
is.
Yeah. So I saw bears. Oh, I ate so much crab. Like
Oh.
so much crab. We went on a crab crawl. Like people do a bear crawl or a pub crawl. That's what it's called. Pub crawl. I'm under 21 guys. Okay. But I ate so much crab. We ate crab in every place. It was so good. It was amazing. My favorite crab was in Ketchikan, in case anyone wants to go. That's my recommendation. But we did everywhere. Okay, so that's the glacier that we saw. It's a little small. So global warming, guys.
Right.
Take care of the planet.
Really?
But I wanted to show that's the picture. Let's see what else I have. That's just another shot of like nature, you know.
So I'm going to say like, yeah, with the Alaska. Did you hang out with Oprah?
Okay, we're getting there.
Okay.
That's next.
Hanging on every word.
Okay, so we're on our way to the spa, and I'm airdropping pictures to my mom, and she doesn't know how to use technology, and she goes, "The only phone I see is Gail," and I'm like, "Mom, who's Gail? Like it's Jilly. Look for Jilly." And out of the elevator, like ping, Gail.
Wow, you
And I'm
airdropped
like,
Gail? Gail
no.
airdropped herself.
I'm like, Mom, like don't airdrop. And I'm like, but I'm thinking like there's a bunch of Gails on this shit. Like it's 2,000 people. And she goes, oh my God, are you guys a mother-daughter? Like you guys are so cute. Wait, I need to take a picture of you guys. And I'm like, you need to take a picture of us? Like, okay. And I'm like freaking out. So I'm like that's the only picture I have with Gail. Like me, like on my way to the spa in a robe.
this
So-
is
and
why
then
you
I'm
met
like,
Gail Face.
No, and I'm like, okay, wait, can we take a picture with you too? She's like, oh my God, of course, like whatever. So then my mom's holding the O magazine. So my mom likes to say we took a picture with Oprah and Gail because Oprah's on the cover. So
Sure.
so that's my picture with Oprah and Gail.
Okay.
And we both look horrible.
Well
but
done,
it's
ladies.
still fun,
No,
right? That we
it's-
almost airdropped like 100 pictures to Gail.
She would have been delighted.
I mean, I think she would have been confused, but hopefully she wouldn't. Like, but turn your airdrop off, Gail.
Come on, Gail.
Yes. So then the next picture, that's me and the editor-in-chief of O Magazine wearing our matching USC hats because fight on. I wish Ryan was here because he would have been like, UCLA.
gosh.
But we were literally matching in our USC hats, and her daughter goes to USC, and so we bonded over that. But everyone was so nice on this cruise ship. Everyone from the magazine was there. And so the next picture, that's just another shot of Sitka, and it made me think of The Proposal because that's also in Sitka. Great movie, guys. So then there's the Queen.
There she is. And she was just like kind of in her cabin until it was time to come
So
out.
she was only there for 2 days, and
Okay.
she did an amazing talk about how travel like expands the mind. And so I have some quotes that I really liked, and then I have one quote that she said. But then I just have some quotes. There were a bunch of speakers on the cruise ship. Angela Davis, Glennon Doyle, who wrote Love Warrior, India Ari,
Wow.
who sings the song that I'm not the average girl from your bit. Do you know that song? No?
Why are you looking at me?
I
Why are
don't
you
know.
looking at me?
Because it's just like I used to sing it when I was like 9 or 10. I don't know.
I think when you were 9 or 10, I was like 12 or 13, so I was like in a different.
12-year-olds
My
do
sister
know
knows it
songs.
too,
Okay,
and
well, I'm
she's
sorry,
4
I
years
don't
older than
know.
me. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
And so she was there, and Like a lot, there were a couple other people. But here's what Oprah said. She said, nothing comes out of the blue. By the time something happens to you, it's been coming for a long time.
That speaks to me right now. Okay, Jilly, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
I had to get that out for a second.
Okay.
Okay, go. Love you.
So
Love you, Oprah.
Glennon Doyle says, we do not get evicted from our life unless there is not... Wait, sorry. We do not get evicted from a life unless there is not a truer life to step into. Pretty profound. Angela...
That feels a little cryptic to me.
I mean, Angela Davis says, stop cheating on your future with your past.
Wait, hold on. Can we
Do you understand that?
No,
I
explain
do.
it
These
to
are
me.
getting less
It
clear
means
as we go on.
you're like,
feel
I don't. It means like if you're just focusing on your past all the time, then you're not living in the present and the future. So you're not you're
Makes
not
sense.
being able to focus on what's ahead of you if you're only focused on the past.
Wait, but if you're focusing only on the future, then what about the present?
Well, I think you're supposed to focus on the present. So then Angela Davis says, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, which I think is interesting because a lot of people don't like to struggle, don't like,
That's why I play Tetris on level 9.
because you like to be challenged.
Sure.
Yeah. What's in front of you is greater than what's behind you, which I also think is great. And
All right. We got to wrap this segment up, honey.
yeah, so I was changed. I was inspired.
Yay.
And I brought you a present.
Oh, you brought me a present.
Yes, this is made from special wood from Victoria, Canada, which is the last stop we went to, but I was way more fascinated with Alaska. That was not cut down. It was found. A fidget spinner for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You brought me a fidget spinner?
Yes.
Okay, and like, what about for my birthday, Jilly? I don't get a fidget spinner.
Just wait.
Wait, you have to understand this is a very thoughtful gift because I've been
wanting one?
wanting one. It spins.
I lost my fidget spinner that the Lyft driver gave me for my birthday on my birthday.
That's
Well,
really
you're just
sad.
going to have to take another Lyft and get another Lyft driver to give
I
you
know, but no. It was like the one that I was obsessed with where it's like the cubes and it's like the fidget and it's like 4 different ways that you can fidget in that cube. God,
Everything
it was amazing.
exists on Amazon.
I know, but I got to find it. Anyone want to find it for me for a belated birthday present? I'll love you forever.
Is there a quote about
I'll work
doing
on
things
it.
for yourself that we can say to
Do
Tara?
what makes
Right
you
on,
happy.
nice.
Do what makes you happy, actually. That was the meditation intention for one of the days.
All
Not
right,
even
so while
kidding.
you were with Oprah, Trump was with the Boy Scouts. You know,
Yes.
which is not a good
Little
recipe
segue.
in my opinion. That's my segue. All right, so
Beautiful segue.
does everyone know what happened?
No.
So I guess there's like every 4 years there's a Boy Scout Jamboree. It's like the Olympics but with Boy Scouts.
And they don't do anything.
And it's in
athletic.
West Virginia, and there's like 30,000 Boy Scouts, and they always invite the sitting president. But it's not political. It's just the president goes and says inspirational things to Boy Scouts about living your best life and Oprah things, but like
Living
with
your
more
best life.
crafty, kind of like fire building or whatever that Boy Scouts need. But it's the same. It's like wisdom and just being a great person.
Okay.
And so there's like maybe 30,000 scouts, leaders, and parents, and they're all attending the jamboree. They're all camping for like a week and a half. They're just there. And then, so the president's coming, so everyone looks at the stage, and then this happens. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, you're Boy Scouts, but you know life. You know life.
What?
19th Boy Scout Jamboree, wow. And to address such a tremendous group, boy, you have a lot of people here. The press will say it's about 200 people.
He doesn't sound genuine at all.
It looks like about 45,000
It's all about
people.
him.
You set a record today.
And he was never in the Boy Scouts,
You know, I
no?
go to
No, he was
No.
never a Boy
Washington,
Scout.
And I see all these politicians. And I see the swamp.
Okay.
And it's not a good place. In fact, today I said we ought to change it from the word swamp to the word cesspool.
Get outta here.
perhaps
He's a
to the
poet.
Go away.
He's a poet.
What are we talking about? Boy Scouts.
He's not talking about Boy Scouts ever.
A scout
Oh,
is
here we go.
trustworthy, loyal. We could use some more loyalty, I will.
Especially
What's
from
such a dig at America with Americans?
Especially from the FBI director.
That this incredible, massive crowd, record-setting.
They're
is going to
camping
be
there.
shown on
They
television
didn't come to
tonight.
see you.
1% or 0.
They live there this week.
President Trump spoke before a small crowd of Boy Scouts today.
Did he really just quote himself like he's
Small
like...
crowd.
No, he's quoting the journalists, and they're going to write that he spoke before a
Fake
small
media,
crowd.
Fake news.
He's on the
By
fake
the
news
way,
still.
just a question.
news?
And he's on Obama.
Did President Obama ever come to a jamboree? And we'll be back. We'll be back.
Wait till you
The
hear the
answer
last
is
thing on
no,
this
and-
clip.
but
It's
we'll
the
be
best.
back.
Wheezy, I can't with this anymore, dude.
No, you have to hear the last thing. He's talking about a guy who died penniless after buying too many yachts.
And he had a very
Apropos of
interesting life.
nothing.
I won't go any more than that because you're Boy Scout, so I'm not going to tell you what he did.
Go
Should I
away,
tell you?
Trump.
Should I tell you?
Sorry. What the?
Rick Perry thinks he's hilarious.
Oh, you're Boy Scouts, but you know life. You know life. He got bored with this life of yachts.
Oh my
and
God,
sailing
stop.
And all of the things he did in the south of France and other places.
And other
You
places.
won't get bored, right?
He went to France. He went to.
Other
Your
places.
workers,
Other
you'll get bored
places.
too, believe me. Of course, having a few good years like that isn't so bad. Do you remember?
How long is this?
No, you just have to hear the last
This
part.
is so all over.
He's talking about his election
Where they
results
said
to Boy
these
Scouts.
dishonest people, where they said there is no path to victory for Donald Trump. And you know, we have a tremendous disadvantage in the electoral
He could have said,
college.
but I learned how to
Popular vote is
whittle.
much easier.
You know, just
And by
something
the way,
having to do
under
with
the
scouting.
Trump
No.
administration, you'll be saying Merry Christmas
It's
again.
it's the middle
when
of
you go
summer.
shopping, believe
Can
me.
we please
That's
stop?
it. That's it.
Very
It was the last thing that his last
He brought
point
in
was like, I'm
Christmas.
bringing Christmas back. Like somehow before him, if you said Merry Christmas at a mall, you'd be shot. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts about when adults speak to young people, kind of what they should bring to the event and what.
Not Donald Trump.
Well,
He needs to stay home and not talk to kids because I was the stupidest.
so let's say you're political. Let's say that you're at that jamboree.
No, but I've had like great speaker. Like, have you guys had speakers like in high school or like even in college, or people who've come in and like, even if they don't agree with what you believe in, or even if, you know, they have a job that doesn't necessarily, you know, interest you, like they still find a way to connect to you.
So
Of
what I
course.
was going to ask you, because you were just on a ship where there were lots of people that prepared their speech to be inspirational, to
Yeah.
give you takeaways that you could walk out of the room and feel enriched and enlightened by their words and their wisdom. It didn't feel like, you know, he had prepared for a moment.
No, he didn't because he was stupid.
But even if you're a
Well,
Republican,
no, okay. I'm
let's
not
say
going to
that-
say he's stupid, but he just like he doesn't know how to speak to people.
All
Like
right,
he
but
really
let's
just
say-
He's
doesn't.
not trying to leave anybody with any sort of like.
No, he doesn't care. It's a
message.
joke.
let's say you're a Republican and you're a conservative and you voted for him. If you went to that speech and you saw him, are you still behind that guy?
You're probably still behind him, but you thought it probably wasn't the best speech ever, but you're still going to be behind him because that's somebody that apparently you voted for, you look up to, blah, 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 whatever. So you're still going to like him. You're just not going to like, you're not going to switch your beliefs just because of one thing.
Does anyone remember a moment where you had an authority figure speaking to you, either a teacher or somebody, and you're just sitting there and there's that moment of epiphany where you're like, I believe the absolute polar opposite of everything this person is saying to me?
Yep.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, can you talk about it?
Oh, I mean, mine's probably a little bit different than what you're thinking, but just the fact that I go to religious school and I'm not religious. Jumps
So
in
do you want to talk
plenty
about
of
that
fun
really
moments. Yeah, I mean, this is such an odd way to bring it up, but like just in an Old Testament class that I had to take. I'm trying to like there was one moment where this one teacher, and a lot of us really didn't like him for the fact that his speeches to the class were just all over the place. His tests were awful, and there were things that he would say even though he's a pastor himself. Like, you know, I don't necessarily agree with this interpretation of the Bible, but, you know, this guy does. And, well, he's burning in hell now because the guy had recently died.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was just kind of like a moment of like, oh.
Do other people react the same way, or do they?
Plenty of people, luckily.
Because it's such a judgment call to say that someone's burning in hell. You don't have any evidence.
Exactly. And it was just a difference. I mean, when you fundamentally believe this unshakable whatever, I mean, it's similar in that way, and that I think that Trump's speaking to a very finite, specific audience, that there's a reason that they're not changing their belief. Whatever that is, I think us necessarily trying to dissect why would a person say that, why would this, I mean, he's using the same simple rhetoric, the same repetition of words that he's been using since the beginning, and all he's trying to do is strike some emotional chord by saying cesspool, which is something that he said when he was on the road before he was elected. And then that
weird word.
and he was trying to, he was trying to develop it a little bit, trying to say,
Yeah.
oh, now we call it this, and it's like, he's just trying to strike that same whatever emotional chord.
It
And
was
it's
almost
not-
like
it's not
he
a
typed
logical-
cesspool into thesaurus.com to see what other words he could say. It's also sewer. Well, maybe he learned how to use a computer. Because thesaurus.com should be the first place Donald Trump goes if and when he learns how to use a computer. Because I heard he doesn't use a computer. He just has his like phone and Twitter. But like, yeah,
I mean,
looking
that's
up
what all evidence shows that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Finding other definitions of the word cesspool is definitely a good use of his time.
Do you think Donald Trump was like super, super hot when he was younger and had no personality?
No.
I don't.
There has to have been one glory year. There has to
No.
have
There
been
may
Well,
one.
because I'm just
One.
saying, like,
'Cause
I
he
mean,
he played baseball at one point, so
So?
he must have
That
had
doesn't
some
mean he's
kind of.
That does
attractive.
not
That's
mean
fair.
anything.
but like, you know, like I'm
There
just
is
saying, like, there's like some
some
hot people with like just terrible personalities, and like those are the
there
people.
are
That's what kind
Yeah.
of like if I'm just gonna say, like, I think Donald Trump's kind of like that, but it's kind of like our first question.
He
with one
probably
girl.
was pretty handsome. But I also think he was like a troublemaker, and he would find like the cheating way to get through something, and that would work for him to get attention from his parents or what have you. And so he just learned how to cheat and lie really young, and then that just becomes an addiction. And I think he's stuck there at the age of like maybe 10. So those Boy Scouts were like, you know, what a baby. So we're going to move on and answer questions from more mature people than Donald Trump. Would you read the first
No punches
question?
pulled.
Jilly.
Sure. Okay, why do guys always choose popular girls who have horrible personalities? They never care about the other girls. They just notice popular ones. My crush chooses to date a cheerleader who hates everyone because she is rude.
Who everyone hates.
Who everyone hates because she is rude to everyone.
Who wants to?
Well, that's your crush. Like, don't
Yeah.
go after that.
It's so easy to make sweeping generalities when you feel like you're not being appreciated. It's so easy to just go to like, oh, all the cute guys, like all the popular, like it's just like Tara's right. This is specifically about this one guy, and I do think that the earliest people to date the most obvious people because they're too young to know how to get to know the people that are hanging back like you. But that doesn't mean that you won't date when more people are dating, you'll be dating. You don't need to get a jump on dating, I guess, is what I'm going to say. Anyone else?
Yeah, don't change anything about yourself. Like, stay in your lane. I think it's easy to like try and think like, oh, if I'm more like this person, or if I try and change something, or if I try and adjust. But I promise you that like if you need to try your best. And I think in middle and high school, like girls, it's so hard to stay true to who you think you are because you're still figuring it out. But a guy needs to like you for who you are and not who you're trying to be. So don't stress about it. That guy will figure it out, and maybe he does like you, and he's just, you know.
And just remember, there's
like
crushes
looking-
for a
yeah.
reason. Like you think a guy's cute, but it's a crush. You don't exactly know them the
So
whole way
true.
because you're smart enough to say it's my crush, and then you've noticed that he likes the one girl that is mean to everyone and everyone hates. So that means you're smart. So just like understand that this is just like what it's meant to be, is a crush, and if he changes, that's great. If he doesn't change, well, it's a crush. You're
Also,
good. Don't get hung up on it.
You know, the first people to date are usually dating the other early bloomers. So this cheerleader could have gone up to him. And somewhere in your class, there's a guy who's hanging back, just like you're hanging back. And you need to notice him because he's probably writing a letter to me saying, how come, you know, all the girls only want to go out with the popular boys? So give everyone a chance, I guess, is what I want to say. Shira, what are you thinking?
I think this situation kind of happened exactly at my school. Like all the guys in 7th grade all were obsessed with the same girl, and now they've just kind of realized like, oh, she's really mean, we moved on. So I think kind of just giving it time for like her to kind of become unpopular sort of, and for those guys to just notice everyone else. And also too, I don't think you want to be dating the guy that only likes the girl because she's popular. So maybe just look for someone else.
Boom.
Or don't date.
That's so well said. But I do remember that phase where like it's almost like this it's almost like this herd mentality. Girl. And then it kind of opens up from there. Do you remember anything like that, Merx?
Yeah, kind of just talking about what everyone's saying. I feel like these early crushes too. Like my first 7th grade crush was founded on like my first slow dance. Like it shoulders because we weren't comfortable.
I kinda had that too.
Like, crushes, it's like, oh, it's the ones that are like, oh, hell. Person they are. Like if this guy, like you're saying that this person everyone hates them because she's rude to everyone, which part of me wants to say must include you. And also this guy enjoys that or whatever benefits and perks are coming from dating this person. So maybe that's a little bit of a red flag, if anything.
Right. And I also think it's just immaturity too, because like the whole room opens up eventually when it's not just like there's one popular boy and one popular girl that everybody likes. It after 7th grade and 8th grade,
chills out.
it really does chill out. And, you know, like water finds its own level and so do people. And so just don't think that everyone, that you like is going to get snatched up by some horrible cheerleader. That's not that's not how actual life works. It just sort of feels that way at the beginning when you feel vulnerable, like, oh, the one guy that I like and he likes this. Yeah, it's not everything is an episode of The Bachelor where everybody's vying for the same person. Like eventually there's someone for everyone, especially if you give a lot of people a chance. Sure, would you read the next question? Oh, do you like long questions? Because
I don't mind it.
you don't mind it? Go for it. All right.
I'm a 13-year-old guy, and I think I'm gay or maybe bi. I've never told anyone about this. There's this boy who I really like, and we are good friends. He's a confident and funny guy, so sometimes he flirts with me jokingly. Could this be a way of him showing his true feelings? He's also generally more open and generous towards me too. But he once said to me, you know I'm not against homosexuality, but God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Adam. This was a while ago, so he might have changed his attitude. He's always tried to get with girls to show how popular he is, but so have I, and I'm definitely not straight. What should I do?
Honestly, it could go like either way because I have a friend in a similar situation as this, but not like age 13, like a couple years on them. But it ended up that the person really is straight, and it was just like a great friendship that happened. And, you know, he just felt very comfortable with you, but he's definitely straight. But, you know, like thinking in the movies and whatnot, it could also mean maybe he is and he's just hiding it because that's what they did on Glee, and it was such like a dramatic thing. Hey, I'm taking it back. Like, dude, it was like the big buff like guy where you're just like big jock, and then he became that he's gay. Yes, that happened in Glee, so maybe it could happen here. I mean, it possibly, but if I want to be honest, I feel it's probably mostly he's your friend, and you're not going to be able to find that out, and you're not going to be able to do it unless you straight up ask him and he is willing to tell you, but he may just not be ready to tell you. So even if it is, just shush. Let them be your friend. Don't do anything. Don't act on it. Let them do it if anything's meant to be.
Well, I think at a certain age you can kind of say, well, I think I like guys, so that he at least knows that you like guys, so that if he like guys, if he likes guys, he could feel open to say something. But I had read this question in the app, and I felt like there were more signs that they may like each other. He was asking for pictures of the two of them together, and he was going to make
Why don't you put the whole thing in? That would have changed my answer a little bit.
Jenny did it, and it was a very long question.
Oh.
Go to the app, download Journals Out Loud free in the App Store, and you can read the whole question.
They're asking for pictures. That could be a totally different thing.
He was asking for pictures, right? I think so. Yeah, we think he was asking for pictures.
So then maybe he might like you. Yeah, dude.
And then there was that slow dance, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think that from my brother's gay, and so I think that most gay kids fall in love with their best friend. And it doesn't usually wind up being the person that they wind up dating, but it's sort of like kind of a workout for your heart, like what it feels like for anyone to have a crush. But if you're gay, there's really less of a chance that they like the same sex. So because there's more straight people than gay people, so just the math of it. But sometimes you can just tell from the eye contact, and I think, you can just tell like how long someone's making eye contact. I think there's little signs that you can look for. If someone likes you.
I disagree.
Though.
I disagree.
Everyone has those classic ones, like when you laugh in a group and you guys make eye contact immediately after, but those are so hit and miss.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
never heard that one before.
Really?
Really?
They look at you.
That's a great one.
They look like if you say
guys,
something
come
funny,
on.
they look at, if they say something funny, they look to see if you're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Wow.
like so cute. You
But
haven't.
if they're really shy, it
I
can
told
be.
you know that I need these.
Oh yeah,
things.
I gotta teach you, big little sis.
Take this girl to
Yeah.
school. Come on.
All right.
On.
So and I think it's the same for guys or girls or any crush, really. You
But I
don't
think
really know
any-
unless
yeah,
you...
no, but no, anytime. I mean, it's the same with a straight friendship
Yeah,
that it is
yeah.
with like a potentially like gay friendship. Like anytime you are thinking about confessing feelings to a friend, like there's always a risk that it's going to change the dynamics of a friendship, and you have
Yeah.
to be willing to kind of risk that. And until you are, and you know, there's the element of potentially coming out with that. You know, that's a lot, especially I think for like a 13-year-old to kind of handle.
That's what I was gonna say. He's
so
really
just
young.
make sure that you know you're ready for that. There's no rush, but it could also be something that you're ready for. So don't limit yourself.
Trust
either.
your gut. Like in all
Yeah.
honesty, I know this is so cliche, but
No,
trust
but you
it.
should.
Yeah, and I mean, most straight people have had situations where a best friend sort of said, "Oh, I'm gay," like just to see if you are. And
What?
yeah,
Fake?
what do you
Wait.
mean?
They're being fake when they say it?
No, they're
Oh.
gay. They just tell you.
But-
A friend tells you that they're gay, and you know. And I've gotten the feeling because I'm kind of a tomboy that they're waiting to see if I say that I'm gay too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it. I was
So yeah, I
confused.
mean that's everybody's right is to find out what everybody is. Like dogs get to sniff each other's butts to find out who everybody is, and we don't. We have to ask
Yeah.
questions.
We only can sometimes.
Only sometimes in certain settings.
That was
Sometimes we
past
just
the
get
line.
Merx, would you
weird.
please read the next question?
Things get weird.
Sure.
It did not get it. Are you kidding me?
No, we just sometimes. No, I said sometimes these metaphors just get like. We
My
get
metaphors
just,
are
no,
the-
we
Oh,
just,
I was gonna say
sometimes-
like,
Yeah, we
but
got in
I
depth with that
freaking
one.
loved it.
No,
Come
it's
on,
just
let's
funny.
go.
Okay, the next question is, I'm 16 and I have a sister who's 17 and we live with our mom. Parents are divorced. Dad's an ass.
I love that part.
Hey, I can relate here. Okay, my sister used to have an eating disorder when she was younger, and now we think our mom has one. She exercises excessively and she barely eats. We have noticed her gets smaller and smaller, and we've tried to talk to her about it, but she just gets upset and says, "I'm an adult. I can take care of myself." We don't think she's healthy, and we don't know how to handle it. This one's hard.
Talk to do you have anyone else in your family that you can talk to? If so, like an aunt, an uncle, a godmother, anyone inside the family that you can talk to, because you guys are 16 and 17, that would be very beneficial. So you can get an adult's point of view on it, and then they maybe can talk to her. But like, in all honesty, if you don't have anyone like that, or anyone like friends of the family, someone close that you can confide to, there's not really much else you can do, because she is an adult and she can do what she wants. So only like love and like that.
Eating disorders are so hard.
Yeah.
Because they really affect people for a long time.
Yeah.
And especially with parents, well, with anybody, they can come and go, and their severity can kind of come and go. And it's, I think that, and not just eating disorders, but when it comes to parents, you feel a sense of like you don't know what to do, because parents are kind of like, I'm an adult and they want to just do their own thing. And I think as a child, you need to understand that there's only so much you can do. So don't take the responsibility of your parent, on yourself. But, do feel like you can talk to other people, like a school counselor or somebody, of how you can kind of help yourself, because that must be hard for you to handle. But you can't fix your parent ever. I think like yourself. I think that's, trying to sit down and work through, people are trained for years on how to like help somebody with an eating disorder. You as a child, and your sister who's had one, you guys might need some extra support to kind of go through that.
But I think you can also say to your mom, it's just that I feel scared, because really it's a parent's responsibility to make sure the child doesn't feel scared. And she does have to take some responsibility for that her children are watching her waste away. So if you say, Mom, I know you can take care of yourself, but I feel scared. What should I do? What can you do to make me feel safe?
But I also think sometimes that when people like an eating disorder is an illness, just like addiction is an illness.
Sure.
And I think that sometimes people, they can't see outside of it. And so that might, not, I think that it might be even more disappointing and more like it just, I don't know how bad the situation is. You don't know. It could not, you might not be even an eating disorder. Like, you don't know exactly what's going on. And I think, those conversations with your mom might not be the best. I mean, talking to her might be good, but I would just say from my, the experiences that I've had with my friends and knowing what I do, I think the best thing is to kind of go to somebody who knows for sure what they're talking about and can help you with the specifics of your situation.
And honestly, as much as you want to try and help people out, help do it, change them or make them better or anything, you can never, ever change anyone yourself. They are going to have to do it themselves. The most you can do is just show them love and support, and that'll give them the confidence to change if that's what they need. If that's not what they need and they still can't figure it out, then that's on them. But you can never take control for any one human being, not your parents, not your siblings, not your children, not anyone in your life. You're only in control of you. You can try and help, but that's the most you can do. So just love and support them as much as you can. And like Jilly said, get some help yourself if you think you want to talk to someone to feel better or something.
I recommend that you go to teenlineonline.org. This is such a specific problem where someone's worried about the parent rather than the parent worried about the child. And so if you call someone at Teen Line, they're going to be able to direct you to resources in your own immediate area. So I really think that you should reach out and get some help for your mom if that's possible. Let's go on to the next question, Tara.
Okay.
Was that at the question?
No. I don't think my boyfriend wants to have sex with me. Does this mean anything?
So much depends on how old you are and
that's what I was about to say.
This one really needs specifics.
First of all, how old are you? Are you guys virgins? Are you really? Is this really your boyfriend? Yeah. Is this someone that you're kind of fascinated about? Maybe you guys are what is this exactly? I honestly don't even want to answer this question because it's you can't.
Don't have enough.
I feel like it's a good maybe without more.
All right, so let's imagine that they're 18 years old and that they are boyfriend and girlfriend.
For how long?
Yeah.
And is he?
Here's my thing.
And he shows no sexual interest in her. Now what?
Okay. I'm gonna answer this.
I think it.
I'm gonna answer this the best way I know how.
Okay.
Puppet show.
This is what you're gonna do.
This is what you're gonna do.
This is what you're gonna do.
Oh jeez.
Now, you're gonna go up to him and you're just gonna ask him, "Do you want to have sex?" And if he says yes, then there you go. Nothing's wrong. He wants to have sex with you. If he says no, you ask why. If he hesitates and he can't say something it's my first time because, obviously you guys should trust each other if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and whatnot. And if he can't say that, then, he's not even a man. But,
hey, that's assuming a lot.
Wow.
People have a lot of reasons to not be sexually active besides not
No,
being a
but
man.
if you're confident, you're going to say it. If you're confident, you're going to say it. Let's just say that, I know that. So...
Trust her on that. Her source, herself.
No, it's not myself though. That's the thing. But I don't want to embarrass anyone, so I'm really gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
No,
but it's
okay.
You shouldn't.
She can ask.
If they're 18 and up, it should be fine. They should be able to say stuff.
But you can. In other words, you can ask the question, but he may just give a reason as to why he's not ready.
She's saying,
but
I think,
what is the reason?
Maybe if for religious reasons, maybe they don't want to, or their last person that they were with, they don't want to. Maybe they're scarred for some reason. Maybe they need to have a conversation.
Maybe they could have been molested as a child. There could be a lot of different reasons why.
Yes, but if he can't say it,
that's not exactly what I was thinking of. But those are all really good points.
Yeah. Okay.
There's just so many unknowns. And so what Tara's saying is conversation is the answer to any unknown. If you want to know something.
Okay, yes, you got it. But if he can't answer you, boy, bye. He has to somehow answer you because that's just kind of
But Tara, you're being very, very abrupt about something very personal. And I think
if
she could go about it more sensitively.
And girlfriend and you're 18, I strongly feel by that time you should understand. It shouldn't be the whole... I don't think he wants to have sex with me. That's why I think this is 14, 15-year-olds because in adult world, hello, I've been living it for a while. It doesn't happen like that.
It does.
It
does.
Okay, never mind then. I have never had that.
I think there's so many cases.
There's so many factors. There's so many variables.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm learning something new, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean,
was being a big
He could be dating
My
you
bad.
because someone told him that he should date girls even though he knows he's attracted to boys. And so he's bringing you home because that makes his parents happy.
Don't make her
all
think her
kind-
boyfriend's gay now.
I'm just saying there's a million variables that are possibilities.
Oh my gosh.
That's why conversation is key.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in the world, Tara. You've been dating all the right guys who want to have sex with you, which is
I have not been dating all the right guys. What are you talking about? They've been terrible.
no, but you know what I mean. Like you
The
haven't
latter's
you
still
haven't
true,
run into
apparently.
this where it's like, what the heck is there? Because what she's asking is there something wrong with me? And we're saying no, there's nothing wrong with you, but find out if you guys are old enough.
That's not how I. That's
No, I
not. No. Oh, I thought you were saying if the conversation doesn't come out of that in a way that you feel like you got an answer, then maybe you need to reconsider that relation because there's something maybe with him that he needs to kind of mature in a way.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you can't just like,
there's nothing wrong with you if you are at an age and a maturity level that like you want a boyfriend and you want to be able to have sex with him.
Right. Well, what I think she's saying is there something wrong with me that my boyfriend's not attracted to me? I think that's what's underlying in this question.
I don't think that's what she's saying. I think she's saying.
This,
I think she's
this
saying
could be a very young
my boyfriend wants to have
relationship.
sex with me.
But
is there
this
something?
This is why I said I did
Is there
not want to
something
answer
wrong
this
with
question.
him? Like, does that?
But people
what?
do worry that am I not cute to you?
I agree with that.
But
And
boys
so-
want to have sex, so there's got to be a reason he doesn't want to have sex.
Wow, that was not true.
Most boys want to have sex.
But, I'm
we-
sorry. Is it honestly not the truth? Like you may not be active, but you still want to do it.
There's all
But
kinds of.
okay, I just
I'll
it was
put
the
him on the
sentence that
spot right
preceded
now.
that was like, because all boys want to have sex mentality that I think will get very messy, especially with a situation like this.
There's a
Because
reason.
if there's a guy that's not talking about it, it's because so many people are saying, well, you're a guy, you must be able to easily have sex.
What I'm saying, Tara, is that if she wants an answer to this question, she needs to approach
Can we
the
talk about
conversation. Let me finish my sentence.
sorry.
She needs to approach the conversation with sensitivity so that he feels safe opening up to her.
Yes, and
not
if he doesn't
like,
feel
boy,
safe
bye.
opening up to you, then no,
Yeah,
don't.
following her verbatim
Oh
might not
my
have been
God,
the best choice.
no, don't do it like that. But if there's just if he can't answer and it doesn't work and something's not clicking after you say that and there's this weird thing, boy, bye. Like,
Can we
just go
talk
away,
about
bye.
the possibility of the scenario that they are young?
Yeah, they could be 15.
Because then I think it changes things, and I think that
Then you're too young to be asking this
or
question.
he's respecting her and he's,
then
he's assuming
you
that
should just-
she's not
and
ready.
then that changes things, and then
Yeah.
and then maybe that's
There's just
why.
so many different things that it could be.
and
so
that's also important.
conversation.
Just
All
wanna
right, moving on
point
to the
that
next
out.
question. Jilly, would you please read the next question?
Yes. I've been dating a guy for 4 years and we're both 17. He broke up with me, but 1 month later he texted me how sorry he was for everything he did. But he was seeing another girl while we were broken up and I just feel so betrayed. He said he didn't like her and that he regretted everything. I just don't know what to do or how I should react or if I should take him back.
Do you have something?
No, do you?
Kinda.
I mean, I can't.
Well, kind of just because it's like if you just like take this and like put it into a like when you're a little bit older and you're out, like it's probably like he wanted to see what else was out there because he got with you at such a young age and then he kind of saw what's out there and he was just like, damn, like I messed up and I really had it good. I don't want to lose that. And so it could be something kind of like that because you guys were so young. So don't feel betrayed. Like he wanted to see what was going on. Like, don't we all want to kind of live life a little bit and see what's going on? And if you miss someone, then you
That's
miss
what I was gonna
them.
say. I mean, you were broken
Yeah.
up, so that
Technically
I mean, he
speaking,
did
it's
break up with
okay.
you, so you were broken up.
a
no?
detail that I read in the app that maybe not.
There we
I
go.
think he
What?
did-
There we go.
I think he did have sex with this other girl.
I was wondering. It
Okay,
depends on
while
how
they
far
were
he
broken
went.
up?
Yeah, while they were broken up.
But they were broken up.
Okay,
I
so they were
know,
broken
but
up.
like she has to really forgive and forget and understand.
she
But they
doesn't
were-
need to
if
forgive and
broken-
forget.
But she can't
She
keep
does.
holding that
She
against
does.
him.
She does.
She can't. If they're going to move forward together, she can't
She
constantly
does
bring it up
before-
every time
no,
they have
you're
an
right.
argument.
She has to understand
right.
that it's gonna happen
But
with
they were
other
broken
people.
up.
Yeah, so it's okay.
But she
We
does.
were on a break.
No.
no, you were broken up. Deal with it. Like, and if you can't, then you need to go. Like that baggage is
Okay,
not okay.
I do get that they were together for a long time. That's valid. But and I do get that if they're gonna get back together, she has to be at a place where she's not gonna like take that into the new place. But when you're broken up with someone, like she could have also had sex with somebody else.
Exactly. She could have.
It doesn't seem like she did though.
Okay,
No, it doesn't
one
know.
month is a quick. Can we talk about that? This was a 1 month break, and he went from a 4-year relationship,
So obviously,
whip around to another girl, like
I-
to straight sex, like that.
I don't
That's an
think
interesting.
that's-
It is.
Well,
He hasn't been single before, and he was able to get to that point, which means
Because
to
I
me
bet
that
you-
something was
I-
happening
maybe he
before. This is a
wanted
connection
it.
from
I
before.
bet you there was a friend who was like,
You can't just
you just
He's
got
suddenly
out
gonna
of
learn
four-
how to do the.
No, I bet you there was a friend.
It's a possibility. No,
Wait,
it's a
let
possibility.
Jilly talk.
No, I'm
let
telling
Jilly
you,
talk.
I bet you there was a friend who was like, you just got out of a 4-year relationship. Like, you need to go hook up with somebody else, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And
It says he was
and-
seeing her. No. Yeah, but he was seeing
You know
another
what?
girl.
Like,
or
we're
whatever.
gonna come on. We're talking about
But
hookups.
seeing,
Yeah.
or like hooking
yeah.
up or whatever, or like you should go meet somebody else, and was like,
okay, yeah, I can see
like,
that.
and maybe was like, or maybe it wasn't a friend, and maybe he just felt, I'm not gonna put it on somebody else because like that's
You know what?
But I have had friends who've gotten out of long-term relationships and are really upset and think that the best way to I'm not looking at me. No, I'm not looking at you. You're just in my direct eye line, but don't start laughing. I'm not looking at you. Stop. That think that like the best way is to go start immediately like dating or being with somebody else.
Rebounds, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
I'm
positive.
I'm making you uncomfortable, and
You're
I love
making
it.
me uncomfortable because
And because I know, I know it's you're not looking at me, but I'm
but
just
now
like,
you're just gonna like
it's
No,
so
but-
funny though.
Okay, guys, I do think that there are people who see intimacy as a cure for loneliness. When
Yes.
it
Right?
really- but if that intimacy
it's a right
taught
thing.
him how much he really loves you,
then
then it
win
happened for a
it.
reason, and you need to just let it go.
Yeah. Okay. And so, sorry, just someone. You
Did that
wanted
make
to say
sense?
something. You go. Yes.
I
you
was
go.
just gonna say the positive way to see it is
Glass
that
half full.
he now understands like how much he appreciates
Yeah.
you. So I think she needs to like talk to him in person about
Yeah,
it and
talk.
just see like his body language, how he's acting, because I feel like this could go like really well or really bad.
Yeah.
So
And you guys were together for 4 years, so maybe he is supposed to be the person you spend the rest of your life.
We
with.
have a phone
Oh
call.
my
The
God.
lights flashed up,
Yeah,
and I'm
but you're
so
not
excited.
supposed to interrupt the conversation by screaming. We have a phone call. It's supposed to be naturally integrated into the programming.
She just gets really excited. Have you ever
God
noticed
damn it,
that?
Tara.
No, I
like,
think that's
"Mom!"
really valid. Communication is key, and like you'll know once you do that, once
Right.
you communicate,
it-
do that thing called communication.
Yeah, it could be that this is the best thing that ever happened to the two of you
Or,
because he
yeah.
now
Or the
knows that no one compares to
Or
you.
not.
You know?
Or
And
you're
it's-
like, ooh, I'm glad we aren't together anymore, and only you can tell.
Yeah.
Follow your gut.
she needs more.
I was gonna
info.
just say that.
And it may be hard because this is potentially, most likely, the only relationship you've had in your life.
Right.
To see past it.
Yes.
But this could be, as Tara has coined, a boy-bye situation very easily.
I
so
coined
happy
a boy
She
back.
coined that.
Guys, I love
because
this
they're
guy.
like because you're 17. Like
Yeah.
that's something that is so like it's so redundant to be said, but also it's so easy to forget
Yeah.
that there's so many more opportunities
And
out
that-
there.
And that he didn't really have any kind of memory of being single. It happened. He started dating you so young that was all he knew in life was that he was your boyfriend. And he maybe needed a month of not being that to know how much he appreciated it. Do we have a call, Aaron?
Yeah, I'll put them on.
All right. Hello. Thanks for calling the show.
Hey, what's up?
Greetings. Who have we here?
Hello.
Oh, my name is Hunter.
Oh, do you have any thoughts for what?
Hunter, what's your last name?
Kraus.
Oh.
Guys, hi. How are you?
Do you know Hunter Krause?
From my
good.
Snapchat. Yeah.
Excellent. So, Hunter, are you here to talk to Tara?
Yeah,
All right. Talk away.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So what's new?
Do you have a question?
Yeah. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, my question was like, what was like the funniest thing that you've ever done before, like with your friends or?
The funniest thing I've ever done before with my friends.
She does funny things all the time. You can see them
Ooh.
on her YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a vlogger.
Yes. Yes.
How can people find your YouTube channel, Tara?
Ooh.
YouTube.com/Tara
Bianco, yeah.
No, but Tara Bianco, the redhead.
The redhead.
Yeah. Wait.
the
Okay,
brunette.
but funniest thing I've ever done, Hunter. I'm trying to gosh, because like I do a lot of funny things on my Snapchat.
I think it was
so
at
obviously-
VidCon. VidCon was funny.
VidCon was funny, but it's like that's not the funniest thing I've
It's
ever
not?
done. No, are you
All right,
kidding
top
me?
it. Top it.
Okay, well, what about this year? Okay, this year, actually, no, this was really funny to me. I don't know why it was funny, but it was funny to me. My 22nd birthday, like the birthday party that I just had.
To be specific.
With the Backstreet Boys.
Yes, with the Backstreet Boys. I don't like hard alcohol. I like hard liquor like that much. I don't like it. So I was dared to take belly shots off of everyone in the room. They all laid down, like going from the couch down to the floor. Oh yeah, it was weird.
How many people?
Like I was already
Sick.
drinking a lot of wine by then, so it was acceptable to do that. But they did the shots in the belly button with wine instead of liquor, and I thought that was the funniest thing ever, because who does belly shots of wine? Like that just doesn't happen. And it was every single person there at the party, and I was like,
So are you drinking wine out of people's belly buttons?
yes.
Ah.
It was so weird.
I
Have you ever heard of a
second
belly
that.
shot though? Like you do like liquor, you like lick, you liquor, you lime. Okay, your face says no, so like that's a thing. A belly shot is a thing, but the
Your
belly
face
shot with
says
wine.
no.
Sanitary is
Tara,
that.
I've
Yeah.
watched The Real World. I
Okay,
know
so
what a
you
belly
know. All right. So then you know. But doing a belly shot with wine off of everybody, like back to back to back to back to back, I thought that was freaking hilarious. So that's the funniest thing I've done
That is hilarious.
with my friends
But
this year.
you know, you may need some sort of other shot to make sure that you're not picking up too many germs. I don't know. It just sounded. So you know
I
what,
usually do
Hunter? You're my
alcohol
favorite
spritz.
caller of the day. Thank you so much for
Hunter,
calling.
thank you.
Hunter, you're the best. We love you. The next question is going to be read by Shira.
For those who don't have acne, do you ever look at the people who do have acne as kind of gross people at school?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Gross people.
I was one
so
of the kids who had
sweet.
acne.
Me
PS.
too.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I have acne
Yeah.
right
has
now.
acne.
I feel like acne isn't as big of a deal as everyone makes it out to be in high school.
Sometimes.
I think
If you're the
everyone
one-
feels their acne.
It depends. Yeah.
Is like the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like, I
think
hate
what-
wearing, like when I break out, I hate wearing no makeup.
So let me say this about
Oh,
acne.
okay.
There's a level of acne where nobody notices, and then there's a point you go past that where everybody notices. So I know how everyone's always worried I'm at the point where everybody's looking at my acne as being gross. But the good news about acne is that you outgrow it, and that it's not you. So always look in the mirror, look at your eyes. That's the person you are. You're outgrowing your acne. Your eyes are your soul, and that's who you are.
That's
But I think
beautiful.
I think that the question's kind of like, is this girl kind of thinking that people with acne are gross?
No, she's worried that people think she's gross, and you're not, and they don't. Nobody's.
She's like, for those who don't have acne.
Yeah, she wants
Yeah.
to know if it's like some sort of judgment, where people without acne roam the halls, with reckless abandon, judging the people with acne, and I don't think they do.
I mean, I was fortunate enough that my mom got me on a good like facial cleansing routine in high school, so I think I wasn't like one of those kids with super bad acne. Especially
Good job, mom.
Mom,
right? Shout out to mom,
Tatiana.
Tatiana.
So, but
Go,
you can
Chica.
do all the cleansing in the world and still be
And still have the worst,
genetically
but-
predisposed to having bad skin.
Just to say that I did not walk around with those thoughts. And I
But
don't,
did
I
you
don't feel
judge kids that had?
No, it's not something you
I don't
can
think
judge
anybody
someone before.
wants
It's
really
not something
bad
that's your
acne.
fault.
Yeah.
It's not something. I mean, of course, like everyone's got those dudes where you're like, oh, that's a bad one. You might think that, but you're not going to think like this person's gross.
It's
Right.
different for guys and girls too. I don't think
Yeah.
guys
I mean, that's
really
fair.
care
That's
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
a girl that posted
You
it.
think?
We don't
No,
have that.
they
don't
don't.
know.
Yeah.
Oh,
guys
I
don't
noticed
care. if
guys
their
don't really
friend-
care that much. Like when you're an adult.
I would say assume that no one's judging you until if someone says something like pizza. I got called pizza face. So if somebody says something, just be like, oh well, excuse me, and your point is, I mean, you can just kind of stand up to somebody that says something, but everyone has something that someone else is going to say something about, like you have big feet or whatever, So you just have to rise above it and know that it may feel like you're the only person being looked at or judged because of acne or big ears or what it is, but everyone has something or some point in their life where they feel judged by other people. So just use that as a reason to be nice to more people. Smile at more people, be pleasant, hold a door, say thank you, make eye contact with somebody that is usually ignored. Be nicer, because whatever you want, you need to give it away and it will come back to you. So next question, Merx.
So this girl broke up with me. I had an anxiety attack for a bit because I had no clue why this happened, but I later laughed at it because the reason she broke up with me was funny. Is it normal to laugh at it? One of my friends thought it was crazy to laugh at it.
What was the reason?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the reason
you know
would
what?
have been something nice to include.
Probably big ears.
I don't think the reason matters. If you laughed at it, if someone else laughed at it, it was just done with. There you go.
I don't know. If you,
I
can,
think
if
it's
you can
healthy.
laugh at something,
Totally
like,
normal.
I think it's healthy and normal, especially if you can see the
Like you
Yeah.
understand why something happened.
and I refer to, I make jokes and I laugh at it. And, you know, they will sometimes say like, oh, it's like really good to like see that you can like kind of look back and see the positive, or not the positive, but you can kind of make light or laugh at it, or like laugh about how kind of crazy that situation was. And if this was, you got blindsided, or this was kind of a shocking situation, or it was a silly situation and you can laugh at it, then I think like that's kind of like a blessing, you know?
Yeah, super snap on that. Also, if it's really funny and they did it via text, screen cap it because it will be really funny in 10 years.
Yes.
Hilarious.
And maybe one thing to remember, I mean, I had my own breakup not too long ago, and one thing to remember with breakups is that there's no one straight path to getting over it. You're gonna have moments where you're laughing at how you acted, and you'll be like, "Wow, I really was, I was treating her like crap." There're gonna be moments where you're like very lonely and missing it. Moments where you're just laughing at just how absurd the whole thing was, and there is no. If someone tells you like, "Oh, that's like that's not right. That's not how you're supposed to be." Like processing this experience you've had, well, that's just stupid.
It's almost like you're yelling too soon at yourself, and you just don't have to yell too soon at yourself, because whenever you feel like laughing, you can laugh. All right, next question, Tara.
Okay. I identify as pansexual, and every time I tell someone, they either leave me. Oh, that's mean. Or think I'm bisexual. I don't even know who real friends are anymore. What should I do? So I had someone when I was in high school tell me that they were pansexual, and I had a couple gay friends at that time too. So pansexual, at first I was like, that's weird. Okay, pansexual, like just trying to understand it all. But then like when they explained it to me, I was like, okay, so you just like love who you want to love, and like that's what it is, and you're not really identifying as something, but you're just like open. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that. And like it was literally them explaining it to me, and then just me like digesting it for a second, and then I was okay. So if you're telling people and they can't just like digest it and come back to you, okay, then yeah, they aren't your real friends, and like you don't know what real friends are anymore. Well, then maybe you're just like not talking to the right people. Maybe you need to like explore a little bit and go out of, like, if you're in high school, you're not going to really see that many people outside of the high school. So it's going to take a little bit for you to try and maybe find those real people, but they are out there. Because just like me, I'm okay. Do you want to be my friend? Like, we can totally be friends, because I think pansexual is awesome. So just like understand that. High school, just got to wait a little bit. If you're
People
an adult,
judge what they don't understand. And if they want to say that you're bisexual, explain the difference so that they can learn something.
Yeah, and
but don't judge them for judging you. Just be the open one who says, well, here's what it is, and here's the difference.
Because, you know,
something.
It's really hard to tell if someone's being like judgy or not, especially like if they're like, you think they're your friends. Because I recently thought that one of my really close friends wasn't judging me, and I could just tell that they were finally, because I had another friend come and say the same thing too, and no judgment, and I could see it in their eyes. And now I'm being able to tell who my real friends are. It's the hardest thing in the world, but it's just like, just gotta like deal with it. And you will find the people though. You'll find people that you trust and won't judge you.
Like for me, from my understanding, pansexual means that it doesn't matter if they're on some sort of gender.
It doesn't matter who they are. They're
it doesn't
human.
matter if they're on a gender spectrum and that they're identifying as something that they weren't born as. You just love the person.
Pansexual, it means you just love a human.
Yeah.
Basically, in itself. And I think that is beautiful.
And bi means like binary, male or female. So, and some people are somewhere on a spectrum between male and female. And so if you're pansexual, it means you're open to everybody. And I don't think it's that difficult to understand. Even adults will be like, well, you have to pick a team. Like,
no, just say I love this human.
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
I love this human right here next to me.
So, and sometimes, like I said, people will judge what they don't understand. And I do think that since we're coming into a time where we're like accepting of more types of people and more types of like spectrums, that you should be patient and just say, well, let me help you understand, rather than saying this person doesn't get me and storming off. Like, let them learn with you, and that's the best way, I think, to move forward. And then you might find you have more friends than you even realize, so that people are like, I'm like that too. So I want to thank everyone for being with us today. Thank you, Jilly. Thank you, Shira, Merx, Tara.
Thank you for having us.
Our new engineers, Drew and Thomas and Andrew. Goodbye, everybody.
Woo!
Oh, happy wedding, Aaron and Fennel.
Yay!
Woo!